You know what would be better than watching this commercial? Watching your commercial. Join the party that is Make Your Day Richer TV by advertising your brand, business, or project during the show. Use us to promote what you're doing to make our viewers' day richer. 1 month of advertising starts at $200. Scan the QR code or visit makeyourdayricher.com/advertising to start promoting today.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Welcome everyone. Austin, they cannot stop clapping for you. I think they'll stop now though. Good morning, Austin Peay. How are you?
I'm just terrific. How are you?
I have no complaints, especially since I get to talk about theater today. I was a theater major in college. I was not good at it, but which is why I don't do it. But I love to go to it and support it. And so that's how we're making your day richer today. Austin is here. He is the director of Arsenic and Old Lace at the Flowertown Players Theater in Summerville, South Carolina. Did I get all that correct?
Correct.
Okay, good. Good. Can you tell everybody about the play and why you were interested in being the director of it?
Well, the play starts out as it's set in Brooklyn. It's centered around two elderly spinster sisters who do some strange things, and their three nephews come to stay with them. And one of them has lived there permanently, and he's an odd character, to say the least. I don't want to say too much about it because it's so much fun for the audience to discover these things on your own. But he's an odd character, and I think you'll enjoy him if you come to see the show. The other two brothers, one is a theater critic and a writer, and there's a little romance involved in his side of the story. And the other brother has been gone for quite some time doing mysterious things, and he comes home really on the lam, trying to find a place to hide. And the rest unfolds as the complication of the show. And I don't want to get into that because, well, that's part of the fun of going to the show and discovering what happens as it moves along.
Oh, yes. And you have to go see it. You can get tickets at flowertownplayers.org. Runs through November 3rd. Why were you drawn to this script or this play to direct it?
Well, I've been in theater for many years. And this was a show I played a small part in my second ever production in college. So when that came up, actually, I wasn't even coming in to talk to them about being a director for the Players. I was coming in to teach an acting class for the Players. And this show was still available this season. So I just kind of held up my hand and said, I'd be interested. If you don't find the guy you're looking for, look to me. And ultimately, of course, they did.
Yeah. Yes. Thankfully, they did, because it's been going really well. And it's just such a great show. Can you talk about kind of putting this show up and what it's been like putting this show together?
Well, it's been an interesting process, and it's always an interesting process because my wife and I moved to Summerville just 3.5 years ago, and I had not done any shows locally. I didn't have any local resources. So that was my biggest problem in getting the show up on its feet. But I had some great people working around me, and the community itself was very supportive in terms of lending pieces of furniture for the scenery and the period and all of that. So that was an interesting process of just gaining those resources in the community. And of course, the support of the board and the general manager and everyone involved in the company was a big help. So it's been fun. And now I feel like I'm on the ground and ready to go.
Oh, good. What is it like now being in a pretty new area, putting on theater like this? What has the response been?
Well, the response has been terrific. I mean, I just got an email this morning from the president of our board that was just all exclamation points and caps, talking about the show is sold at almost 95% for the run.
Oh,
And
wow.
very supportive on that. So yeah, we have a few tickets left, and if you want to see it, you need to jump on it.
Well, let's get that to 101%. So there's standing room only and a waiting list, shall
Well,
we?
amen, brother.
Yeah, yes. What drew you to theater so long ago that you've done 150 some plays? I mean, you've been in theater for so long. What made you fall in love with it?
Well, that's kind of a long story. I'll try to make it short.
You have all day.
I, I had been an athlete primarily in high school, and when I went into college, I kind of became disillusioned with it. It was in Southern California, and the smog was very, very heavy in those days, and it just hurt my lungs. Coming from a little farm town up in Central Valley, California, into heavy smog country, and I said, you know, I don't like this anymore, and there's no real future for me. And I started looking around for something else to do. And in a speech class, I did fairly well on a presentation, and some drama kids were in that class and said, why don't you come and join us? And then a few days later, I saw an audition for a show, and I went into audition for Skin of Our Teeth and got a second lead in the show, the part of Henry. And I've just never looked back.
Wow. I think what people maybe, I don't know. The thing I did love about theater, I was not good at like memorizing lines. I was so nervous to screw it up for everybody else, but I loved the community that would form and the friendships and the family that you build with such a cast when you're putting a show up. Can you talk about, like, I don't know, what that feeling is like and why it's so important?
Theater is a collective art form. We don't do it alone, and we don't do it in a vacuum. We have to work together at it. And I bring a vision as a director to the show, and then I look to my designers. I look to wardrobe and sets and costume props. I look to the actors themselves. And of course, after I've assimilated all of that and begin to put the show on the stage, and the actors begin to bring the show to life in their way, I look for the impulse of the actors, and then I see little things in the set. So it's an ever-evolving process that we want to just have fun with, to really tell the story in the best way possible, and be true to not only our audience, but our author and ourselves at the same time.
What do you love most about acting?
Well, that's hard because I don't consider myself to be an actor. Now, while I have done it and played several roles, I don't consider myself to be an actor. On stage, in front of the camera, or in the spotlight, I like to perform, but that's different than being an actor. Performing, I'm myself using literature and music to express my own self and, of course, the content of the literature. But I do love acting, don't get me wrong. I just don't feel like I am, quote, an actor, even though I've done a lot of it.
What do you love about directing?
I love to see the show come together. And there's so many insecurities along the way. And not only my insecurities, but the actors' insecurities, and bringing those personalities together to create the story, to tell the story, and then, of course, to hear the audience response, the laughter, the applause, and it's very, very gratifying.
What's something that people might not know about being a director, or what goes into it, or something that might be surprising to people?
Well, being a director, there's a lot of research involved, researching the author, researching the period, researching the content of the play and past productions. And so I spend hours and hours and hours before I ever start really pre-blocking the script, just trying to absorb the culture that surrounded the writing of the piece, the writing of the play, I mean, and the content and the context of the culture itself, so that we can be true to that time period, especially if it's a period piece. Doing Shakespeare is even more difficult than this piece. This piece was set in 1940s or late 30s. And of course, Shakespeare's 200 or 300 years earlier. And, so it's a different process with every single piece. And you really have to study the literature and the style of the writing. This is a dark comedy, for example. It's not one of those British farce door slammer comedies. So you have to know the genre too.
Yeah. There's so much that goes into it. Why should people see this show?
Well, I think it was brilliantly directed.
I'll second that.
Having said that, it's brilliantly acted as well, and everybody has really poured heart and soul into it. It's been an exhausting thing, but very rewarding, because, well, just look at the ticket sales so far. And yes, we still do have a few tickets left for next week, especially. There's a few more, but yes, we have a few this week too. And I would say not only this show, but look to the future. We have 3 shows left in our season this year, 2 great comedies, The Nerd and Noises Off, as well as a great musical, Into the Woods. So we have more coming up.
I always am so sad. The thing that makes me sad about community theater is that the shows just don't run long enough for how much work goes into it. Like, you put all this work and all these months into it, and then after 3 weekends it's over, and I'm like, oh, I wish these people could do this so much more. So can you talk about the importance of supporting community theater?
Oh, yes. Community theater needs all the support we can get. And it's not only financial support, but buying tickets, making donations of costume pieces, sets, props, furniture. We had 2 stores in our neighborhood that supplied most of the furniture for this show. And one was an antique store, and one was a secondhand store. And we found a lot of things, and both stores were very, very giving and sharing in lending furniture. Our local restaurant, the Chop House, has put money into our season as a sponsorship, and we need that. You mentioned the 3-week run, and yes, we all kind of lament that, but at the same time, you have to remember most of the actors are doing day jobs too. And it takes a toll on everybody after a while. And, we look forward to opening, and on closing, yes, there's a lament, but at the same time, it's a big sigh, because we look back on where we poured our heart and soul into, and shared a community that other people just don't quite understand.
Do you know what you're working on next, or are you concentrating right now on this?
Well, I personally don't have any projects coming up. I have proposed some for next year and next season. And a couple of those are plays that I've written myself that I'm hoping that they consider.
I hope so. Arsenic and Old Lace. It's playing at the Flowertown Players Theater. You can get tickets at flowertownplayers.org. It's right there on your screen. Austin, thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Yes. I will see you on your next play. Please come back and promote anything you need.
Will do.
All right. We'll be right back after this, everyone.
Tired of harsh chemicals in your home? Let's change that. At EcoGlow Cleaning, we bring eco-friendly expertise right to your doorstep. We will make your day richer by bringing a glow to your home or office. For over 20 years, EcoGlow Cleaning has been the trusted choice for professional cleaning services in the Charlotte area. From deep cleaning to regular maintenance, EcoGlow Cleaning offers a wide range of services. All services are tailored to your needs and schedule. Our eco-friendly products ensure a healthy and safe environment for you and your family, including your pets. For a free quote, visit our website at www.ecoglowcleaning.com or give us a call at 704-777-9768. EcoGlow Cleaning is a proud sponsor of Make Your Day Richer TV.
Are you an independent creative looking to take your career to the next level? Whether you're an author, illustrator, or thinking about getting into this industry, it's time to step into the spotlight at the INKpreneurs Summit 2024. This November 1st and 2nd in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, we're bringing together the best minds in the publishing industry for 2 days of unparalleled learning and intimate networking. From hands-on workshops with industry experts to interactive networking mixers, you'll get the tools, connections, and insights to turn your creativity into a thriving business. And that's not all. Our Fresh Ink Pavilion is the place for new and emerging authors to showcase and sell their books, right in front of passionate readers and industry pros who are ready to support your journey. Plus, meet our incredible lineup of speakers sharing your secrets to success in publishing and beyond. Don't miss out. Secure your spot today and get ready to elevate your creative career. Visit INKpreneursummit.com to register. Let's give your creativity the success it deserves. See you in Winston-Salem.
The INKpreneurs Summit is a 1 week from today. Next Friday, I will not be at this desk. I will be in Winston-Salem, and you should be too. Here it is again, INKpreneursummit.com. It's going to be such a great Friday and Saturday, meeting a bunch of people, learning a bunch of amazing things. There's so many speakers there. If you are a writer, an author, a creator, you need to go to that. Okay. What else do I have to tell you? I went to the chiropractor for the first time yesterday. I am obsessed with videos of people going to the chiropractor and the cracking. And I have always been really interested in it, but about 0.5% of me was always really nervous about it because I don't know. It just made me nervous, but I went yesterday for the first time. And of course there's a very long plan for me. But it felt so good. And I'm so excited to kind of see the progression in what happened. So anyway, maybe we'll do a live one. Maybe I'll have someone come here. I'll bring a video camera and you can hear the cracking that happened to me. After I went to the chiropractor, I went and voted yesterday. Very important to go vote. Okay. Early voting in South Carolina and a bunch of other states as well. But I went and voted yesterday. Took all of 10 minutes. The beginning of the week, there were lines for like an hour and a half. I'm sure today, as it being Friday, it will also be busy, but it took me 10 minutes yesterday. And I don't know if you've noticed or not. And you can't even see them, can you? It's too far off. But we've started to add stickers to the set of different things. So Amy Lotta, who has a great book, Doodle All the Animals, among other things, sent me some stickers of some of the animals. That's up here. Waxaw, North Carolina has one from the Parks and Rec. And now I voted is going to be on here. Okay. Thank you, EcoGlow Cleaning, our sponsor of this show. Appreciate it. If you're in the Charlotte area, look them up. They are my home cleaners. And so if you want to come see how good of a job they do, let me know and I'll invite you over. And have a great weekend, everyone. It's Friday. It's a Friday. Go make your day richer. Go make someone else's day richer. You've made mine by watching this show. And I love you for it. And we will see you on Monday with an all new show. Bye-bye.